This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about something that happened to the Ultimate Warrior. It comes out that the Ultimate Warrior has pulled out of the Hall of Fame based on the size of the payday and the terms of the non-compete clause. Meltzer would write, generally speaking, WWE Hall of Famers get $5,000 plus a ring, although numbers may be different for the main event names. And one would think Warrior, since the ceremony was to be built around him, would have gotten more. And we know, of course, Warrior actually went in 2014. Did you hear of Warrior sort of playing hokey pokey with the idea of going in and then ultimately balking at the terms of the deal?
Not really. If I heard it, it was, by that time, no problem believing it. It was still one of those things to me. And even today, when I hear about it, when someone's offered the Hall of Fame and they go, well, let me think about that. I'll get back to you. Immediately there, two things pop in my mind. How is someone able to negotiate that without the guy on the other end going, okay, well, we thought we had a Hall of Famer. Thanks. Anyway, boom, click. How they're able to negotiate that and actually have the company having to call them back and prod them to be in. And, the other side of that is, the Hall of Fame has been something that every wrestler wanted to be in. I would think in the back of his mind, but you don't base your career around it. You don't base who you are around it. You don't, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done and you're not a Hall of Famer, you don't look at yourself as being less than. It's not like the baseball or football Hall of Fame where it's a direct stats to performance to you're in or you're out. And it's black and white. There are a lot of people that should be in the Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame, that aren't. And there are some that are in that shouldn't be. And that's all, matter of opinion and is subjective. And it's not me to make that call, or it's not up to anybody else individual to make that call. It should be what the fans want. They know who a Hall of Famer is. They know they've been watching 20, 25 years. We should put that in their hands. Who's in the Hall of Fame? I bet you would get a clearer, more concise choice, and it would make more sense a lot of times. But then again, that's me, and I feel like this is a fan-driven business, and if you're not giving them what they want so that they can give you back what you need to prosper as a company, you're making a mistake.
What do you think about the Hall of Fame? Some guys say, it's audience of one. It's politics. It doesn't really matter that much. It's just entertainment. It's a TV show. It's a payday. Others say, no, Hall of Fames are legitimate, just not WWE's, the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, or, the one in Waterloo, but there's a handful of other pro wrestling Hall of Fames. I think there's one in New York. Those are the more legitimate ones. This one's just a TV show. And then there are others who think, no, this is the highest profile Hall of Fame in the world. This is the one I want to be a part of. Where do you fall on that WWE Hall of Fame?
I won't judge anybody else's induction or any other date or city or time. I can tell you what it meant to me to be on that stage with the guys I was inducted with, and to have Dusty Rhodes be the one to put us in. It was the pinnacle of my wrestling life. From age 8 till me sitting here right now talking into this microphone, it was the most special day that I've ever spent inside this business with anyone under any circumstances, just because of the history that had went on before it. To this day, the feud that we had, the Horsemen and Dusty Rhodes, has lived to make a statement here that's pretty profound in infamy. I think one of our great presidents said that around World War II time, right before the shit hit the fan. But it was a moment in time, 85, 86, 87, 88, that I call the glory years, the golden years of wrestling. Guys that got over during that period. You could check off any name you want if they're still around or still alive, and even if they are deceased. Guys that got over during that period are still over today. So you tell me if there wasn't something special about that era, then why? Why are those people still over? And standing on that stage and getting the reaction I got from that audience, it just sends chills through me right now. Hairs are standing up on my arm, reliving it. It was a very special night for me. And did I think in my mind, did it mean to me that I was being honored as one of the greatest wrestlers that ever lived? No, I never thought that. I just think when those people gave me that standing O, which I'm much appreciative of, and I've said many times it was the grandest night of my life, I think it was their acknowledgement of a body of work where they knew when they bought a ticket to see you, man, you were going to go out and give them everything you had. And I think that was what it was based on more than anything. And their expectations were high when they would go to an arena, and when they left that night, those expectations had been met. And I think that was their acknowledgement of that. And I was grateful for it, and something that you carry around with you the rest of your life. That's my interpretation of what the Hall of Fame is and was and means to me.
The 2010 class was Stu Hart, Ted DiBiase, Wendy Richter, Maurice Mad Dog Vachon, Gorgeous George, and Antonio Inoki. Bob Uecker goes into the celebrity ring, or celebrity wing, easy for me to say. Your old pal Ted DiBiase has been making the news lately. Have you talked to Ted in a while?
No, I haven't. It's going to be a hard phone call to make, to be honest with you. Certainly nothing I want to discuss here.
Oh, no, of course not. I just, there's two sides to every story, and I hope everything winds up the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, because that's, I hope to God there's a lot more to the story, and somebody's got their wires crossed, and there's been something said that might have got overblown or misinterpreted. I'm just hoping for the best and kind of planning for the worst.
Well, I think we're all hoping for the best. I mean, everybody listening to this podcast, you're a huge fan of the $1 Million Man, and we don't want to see any of our friends go through challenges. So next up, we've got a world title match. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Chris Jericho is your champion. He's going to be defending against Edge. It gets 3 1/4 stars. All told, it's probably second longest match on the show. 15 minutes, 48 seconds. Certainly two bona fide Hall of Famers, two former world champions. When it's all said and done, Jericho successfully defends and gets the win over Edge. They don't have any sort of issue with pulling out all the stops here. Announce tables, being speared through the dasher boards, all that stuff. Tons of boos live for Edge. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought those guys enjoyed working together. They busted their ass. The company gave them some tools to go out and have a main event match, and they did, which I was glad to see. When you got horses that can run, got thoroughbreds, let them run.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.